portion of the ceremony. We're going to need them right up here, right up front in front of the stage. So y'all are welcome, kiddos, if you want to stand right in this area. If you are part of the program, if you don't mind, just to make your way right up here near the stage, we'll get started here in just a second.
I wish I brought my tripod. I kind of left it at the house. Mine's a cheap on one.
You're good.
But I would up here record with you, I suppose, if I'm not in anybody's way. My ultra wide view.
All right, there's plenty of space over here to my left. You're right. So if anybody wants to get closer, feel free to shift over just a little bit.
You're good.
You may not see a video.
Good eyes.
Matt. Over here when I get it started. I might still have enough battery to record some of it. If not, I'd have to borrow some footage.
What a good-looking crowd.
What, from YouTube or what?
All right, we're going to get going because I know these kiddos, who's excited to get into the splash pad? Raise your hand. I know you've waited quite some time, and we are so excited to finally be here for our grand opening at Berryhill Park with a brand new, huge destination playground that's accessible to everybody and safe, and it looks awesome, and then a brand new splash pad. And guess what? Nobody has played on the splash pad yet, so you guys get to be the very first ones. So let me tell you how this is going to work. All right, kiddos? So we're going to have a few people come up and speak, but at the end of the speaking, I'm going to come back up, and you are going to help us do the ribbon cutting. Does that sound like a good plan? Okay, listen, we're going to give you a paper chain. So don't tug too hard on the paper chain until we do a countdown from 10, okay? But when we get to 0, then y'all can break the chain, and guess what happens when the chain breaks? The water comes on. Okay? So as soon as that chain breaks at our countdown, then the water is going to come on. Does that sound like a good plan? All right. Thank you all for being here. What an exciting day. There's so many people that have played a part of this project. I would say this is the first full project that's completed as part of the bond projects with the My Cersei plan. So we did have our renovations to our ball fields, but this is the first one that went from a very beginning design stage all the way to completion, and it's absolutely beautiful. And what's really, really fun and special is when we get to see families and kids using the playground equipment. So I know there's already been some on the playground for the past couple of weeks. Have y'all played on it yet? Do y'all love it? We do too. So this is a very special project for our community. Berryhill Park's been a part of Cersei's history for quite some time. We're going to hear more about that in just a few minutes. And so what a special project this is. This is a place for families to gather. We're really excited about the safety aspect of this project as well, the additional parking, and we're going to talk about all of those details. The first group that I would like to recognize and thank is actually you, the community, because without your input, without your engagement, we wouldn't have this vision. The projects with the My Cersei plan came from you, and then you supported it by investing into these projects. So let's give ourselves a hand for being able to celebrate this project today. If you are a member of the Searcy City Council, raise your hand real high and wave. Let's give it a thanks for our Searcy City Council. Thank you for the hard work in serving our community day in and day out. And then also any elected officials, Judge Brown, Senator Jonathan Dismang, Representative Les Eves. If you're an elected official, just raise your hand and wave and we'll recognize you too. All right, if you are part of our A&P Commission, please raise your hand and wave. Thank you to our, we got kiddos waving their hands up here. Thank you to our A&P Commission. It takes so many community partners. We have a mural downtown that says together we can do so much, and that is the absolute truth. And so thank you to our community partners. If you are from the Searcy Regional Chamber of Commerce, please wave your hand. Forward Searcy, raise your hand. Searcy Regional Economic Development Corporation, Main Street Searcy, and White County Historical Society. So if you represent any of our community partners, please raise your hand and let's show them our appreciation. I'm not going to introduce all of our partners on the design and construction team because Richard's going to do that here in just a second, but let me tell you, the process has been fantastic. Searcy is truly blessed to work with the best engineers, the best contractors in the state to produce products like this. So they'll be introduced individually here in just a few minutes. Thank you to our city departments. We cannot do this without our city departments. Parks and Recreation, our maintenance crews, they have been out here working their tails off for weeks getting ready for this. And then also planning and development and code enforcement and our street department, our PD and our firemen. I know we've got several out here. Thank you to all of our departments that work so hard to serve our city. So if you work with the city department, please wave so we can recognize you as well. We have some friends from White River Planning and Development District. I know I talked to them earlier. We've got Jan Smith and Mitzi, and I don't know if I saw Carrie. If y'all are here, there you are. So let's say welcome to our White River Planning and Development District friends. Thank y'all so much for all the support over the years. And then also Amanda Hamilton from Arkansas Department of Parks, Heritage, and Tourism. There we go, right over here. Thank you so much for being a part of this today. And then, of course, the party, who brought the party to Berryhill Park, our event partners, First Security Bank, First Community Bank, Simmons, Yarnell's, and Bison Hospitality. Thank you all so much for making this a great party today. And then we also have several members from the Berryhill family. We're going to hear from David in just a minute. If you're part of the Berryhill family, the namesake for our park, please wave at everybody and so we can say hello and thank you for being here. I know several have traveled quite a distance. All right, first up, I'd like to introduce Brett Kirkman, who is a council member. But before I do that, y'all, we've got to give praise to the Lord because this sun was not supposed to be shining. All last week, storms were forecasted. We didn't even know if we could have this event. So let's just give a shout out to the Lord for providing sunshine and a chance to get to celebrate together. Brett Kirkman, a council member, come on up.
I guess the microphone don't fit in there, I guess.
Thank you, Mayor. Beautiful park, isn't it? It's amazing. I mean, it's the first time I've been on it. I drive by it almost every day, but it's even better when you sit here looking at it. My name is Brett Kirkman. I'm here to say a few words and represent the Searcy City Council. Searcy City Council is made up of David Morris and me in Ward 1, Chris Howell, Roger Cargill in Ward 2, Tanya Hale, Don Rainey in Ward 3, Dale Brewer and Mike Schallenberg in Ward 4. It's my honor and privilege to represent the voters of Ward 1. Berryhill Park is located here in Ward 1. Voters of the City of Searcy identified their top wishes for improvements in the City of Searcy. One of the top wishes of the voters, including me, were improvements to Berryhill Park, so our children and grandchildren can come to play and spend time in a park that we're all proud of. I think we all agree this is definitely a park that we can be proud of. I have the opportunity to visit a lot of cities in and around and outside of the state of Arkansas. I'm proud to say this is as nice and nicer than most others that I have seen. Responsibility of the City Council is to ensure that the voters' wishes are executed as proposed and within budget. We're tasked with the responsibility of stewarding the voters' tax dollars on large projects such as Berryhill Park and the many others that are going on right now across the city. While the City Council is sometimes lovingly called the Committee of No. That's a joke. I'm proud to report to you that our tax dollars are being used wisely and within budget, and we have not had to say no very often. The mayor and city planner and staff, contractors, engineers, etc., they're all practicing good stewardship. I believe we're in a period of time where the city council and the mayor and staff share the same vision and goals for all these improvements in the city of Searcy, as well as a responsibility to our fellow neighbors. That makes it much easier for us to work together and stay on budget and deliver on promises like this. Thank you for coming to participate in the grand opening. Thank you for having confidence in me and the other city council members, as well as the mayor and the staff. I want to introduce Richard Stafford, Director of City Planning and Development.
Hey gang, thank you so much, Mr. Hertman. What a great day, as Matt said, beautiful. We were stressing about a week ago, but this turned out to be awesome. As Matt said before, this is one of our first major project out of the My Searcy plans to be completed. We did do the renovations of the ball fields, but this is the first one that we're able to check off the box that the community was really a part of picking and deciding on the things we wanted to do. So being a part of this is just such a special time and a special thing for me personally. I have the privilege of being the project lead for the city on all of these projects that we're currently under construction. And so the exciting thing is this one is finished. We get to check this one off the box, but there's a whole lot more that's to come. So over this year and next year, we're going to get to do this a whole lot more times. And each time it's probably going to get a little bit bigger and bigger. So we're excited to continue to do this. So as the mayor said, we have the pleasure of working with some of the greatest design and construction folks in the state. And this one in particular, we were really fortunate and super excited to be able to work with Davidson Engineering. Davidson Engineering is our local civil engineering firm in town. And so Barrett's kids out here, down here, have been playing on this playground. And so he has a special interest in the development, the design, and everything, because his kids are playing on it too. And so what a great opportunity it was to get to work with Bear and be a part of that with him. We also had on our design team Craft and Toll, friends at Craft and Toll. Dave Roberts was on our design team. Dave is an expert. If you don't know this, Dave is an expert on inclusivity, on inclusive playground design. Dave has designed playgrounds all over for inclusive playgrounds too. So to have an expert like Dave on our team, match up with our local team, what an awesome team that we were able to put together. And then on our construction team, as another great local option that we got was Hart Construction was our lead construction team. So just like Bear, being able to keep this here at home was just a special thing to see. These guys that work here and work on our project are part of this community. They're invested to see the excitement of y'all as well. So having the local contractors on our team has been great. And then our playground company was RJR Enterprises. They are one of the foremost inclusive playground design folks that worked with Dave on this design. And so as you can tell, it's just a great thing. The concept with Bear, we might talk a little bit about is kind of how it weaves through the trees. And I think it was just a successful project, and we're thankful for RJR, for Craft and Toll, for Hart, and for Bear. So I'm going to shut up now, and I'm going to let Bear talk a little bit more about it. But thank y'all for coming out. We're super excited, and I'm super proud of to present this to you today.
Thank you, Richard. Man, what a good day. And it's the first of many days like this that we'll get to share together in Searcy over the next few years as we get to celebrate some of these projects that are part of the My Searcy plan getting completed. But a project like this one is certainly a team effort. There were a whole lot of hands involved, as Richard stated. But I want to especially thank Dave Roberts with Craft and Toll. He was really the brain behind the playground design and the splash pad, and as Richard mentioned, he has a passion for inclusive play, so getting to work with him was truly an honor. Hart Construction and RJR, obviously excellent to work with as well. And then at the city, Will Walker and Richard Stafford, Mike Parsons, Jeff Webb, Mark Lane, all under the direction of Mayor Faulkner. Man, what a team to get to work with on a project like this. And we get to work on a lot of projects, but some of them are pretty boring. Water and wastewater, or a road, or commercial endeavor that has some financial purpose. But a park is a little different, a project like this one. What is the point of a park, if you think about it? It's a place for us to be together. It invites people to be together, and that's important. We were made for that, actually. But what I love about this playground is the design itself invites people to spend time together. You'll notice the mounds on my left, your right, are set up for little kids, and then some of the slides are mid-size, others larger, and then the zip track on the far side with a walking track that intermingles and then passes by junior tennis and pickleball. All of this is encouraging us to be together. But this one is special because it's not just for people of different ages and activities. This park is special in that it encourages us to spend time together with people of all abilities. And our next speaker is really passionate about just that. So Mayor Faulkner and others at the city, thank you for letting us be involved. And now it's my privilege to introduce to you Miss Arkansas, Kennedy Holland.
Hello. Good afternoon, everyone. If we have not met yet, my name is Kennedy Holland, and I have the privilege and honor of serving as Miss Arkansas this year. And I've traveled the state for the last 11 months, and the thing that I've seen over and over again in my travels specifically is just how special the state of Arkansas is, and Searcy is no different. In fact, it's the Searcy that I know leads the charge in compassion and kindness and inclusion. I'm originally from Greenwood, but my grandparents lived in Searcy for 30-odd years, and every summer I would come and stay with them, and I would play at this very park. And so it's a completely full circle moment to come back and see the transformation that has happened here at Berryhill Park, to see the playground structure that once stood here that was isolated and dysfunctional now turned into a beautiful masterpiece where everybody can play together. And I want all of the kids here today to pay attention really closely when I say this next piece. We've talked a lot today about inclusive play and accessibility and what that looks like and how it is displayed here today. But I want to tell you exactly what that means. Inclusive play is saying that every kid, no matter if they are a boy or a girl or what they look like, if they use a wheelchair, if they don't have both legs or both arms, if maybe they can't see or hear or speak as well as you can, no matter what a kid looks like or acts like or feels like, or what their family is like, where they come from, no matter what that kid is like, they can play here at Berryhill Park. And that is so special to see, not only this playground, but playgrounds across the state come erected each and every day, because that is what we need to see here in the state of Arkansas and across the nation, is inclusion and accessibility. It starts at young ages where they're able to start playing on a playground, and it grows until we're adults. And so I just want to say thank you all so much for being here today and celebrating the importance of inclusion and accessibility. Thank you so much for supporting this mission and for supporting the city of Searcy and all that they're doing in that effort. And it is my privilege to introduce our next speaker, Mr. Mike Parson, the Director of Parks and Recreation here.
Let's go, Mike.
Well, I won't take very long, but I get the honor to introduce someone very special that's going to come up and speak for a few moments. The mayor kind of stole my thunder when he mentioned that you had a special family here, because obviously you know you're in Berryhill Park, and Berryhill Park was named after Berryhill, which is, we have the original flag still, which we moved right over here underneath that light, so you can see it day and night now, and it's not hidden where it was before. So again, if you're here with the Berryhill family, if you could raise your hand for me, please. And if y'all can give them a round of applause. This family is one of the main reasons we're here today. And so that being said, on a quick side note, after the ribbon cutting is done, if I can get the family to meet me over at the monument for a quick photo op and a little gift for y'all. But at this time, I'd like to introduce someone I met right before the groundbreaking of this project, and we've stayed in touch ever since. But at this time, I'd like to introduce you to the son of Pinky Berryhill, and that's Mr. David Berryhill.
Yeah, this is a big thumbs up for sure. Thank you, Mike, Mayor. You know, what can you say? first thing I would like to do is thank everyone involved and ditto all the individuals, all the companies, all the workers who put their hearts and souls into creating this. And what I'd like for each one of you to do right now, excuse me, I want you to close your eyes. Every one of you, close your eyes. And I want you to, if you can, let your minds go back 75 years.
I didn't exist then.
Go back 75 years in your mind. Picture this space as a cow pasture, which is what it was. Think about that. We had free-range cows out here. Now, over the years, don't open them up quite yet. Over the years, that has developed into a dusty old baseball park with a dirt infield, corrugated fencing around the outfield, a few pine trees planted as seedlings back over this way. I'm sure these trees are probably grandchildren of those original trees that we planted. Open your eyes. Now, what do you see? The vision of past and current administrations in this town could foresee something like this being developed, being implemented. Not only did they have the vision, but they had the desire, they had the motivation to get it done. And it took everyone's involvement. Everyone's involvement. Whether you actually came out and worked physically to develop this, or your tax dollars. Everyone contributed in some way or another. So normally when a speaker gets up, he likes to acknowledge individuals who made special contributions. That's already been done. What I want to say is every one of you are special guests. Everyone. Because everyone made a contribution. And we look forward to years and years of families coming together to enjoy this as a community. And we as a family, when we see this, it makes our collective heart grateful. It's humbling. And I would be remiss, as I close, I would be remiss if I didn't acknowledge the role that our mother played in all of this. Working side by side with Dad. Working in the old concession stand. Going down to the old ice plant. Picking up wash buckets full of crushed ice that the ice plant would donate for the ball games. The next morning after the games from the previous night, she was out here cleaning up, picking up trash in the grandstands, on the grounds. So I, as I said, I would be very remiss in not including her in what they did 75 years ago. And I hope we can all look forward with pride, with gratitude for what the city has provided for this community, for the surrounding community. And if it hasn't happened already, I am certain that there will be representatives from other communities around the state, if not the entire country, coming here to see what a model this is and what they can do as well if everyone comes together and as a team. So thank you again for being here. We appreciate every one of you. We appreciate the administration. And kids, are you ready for water to flow? It'll be just a few minutes.
All right, we're within seconds, y'all. All right, so our mission at the City of Searcy is to take excellent care of our community. We wear it around our wrists, and that's why we get up every single day and work as hard as we possibly can to make Searcy a great place to raise a family. So kiddos, y'all are right at the heart of that mission. So what we need to do, Will and Mike, y'all need to get to the other side. So hey kiddos, y'all face this way, okay? And get real close. Y'all come in real close. All right, don't tug on it yet. We're going to do a countdown. There's plenty of room so everybody can have a place to hold on to it. There's more space down here too, okay? So everybody can hold on to it. All right. On the count, when we count down from 10 to 0, when I get to 0, y'all can pull that chain apart. That's going to signify our ribbon cutting and the water's going to turn on. Does that sound like a plan? Are y'all ready? All right, families, y'all count down with us. Here we go. And 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0! Splash pad, water should be coming on. Push the button. There it is. All right, y'all have a fantastic time. There's ice cream and hot dogs, and y'all just have a great time with each other. Thank you so much for coming out. And just a reminder to the Berryhill family, if you'll go over to the monument, then we're going to take some pictures over there. Thank you so much.
Bye. I already sent some pictures to you. Oh, that's the only entrance? I think so. Oh, okay. Oh, we're going to wait on your big brother. Come on. Go this way.